Hey everybody, I'm Stable Rage from Killjoy Videos, and I'm a little out of it, but we're here, and we're doing another podcast. We have a smaller crowd today, but don't worry. We have Jesse, Blue Neon Pinky, I'm sorry.
Hey, how's it going?
And he's doing an accent when he told us not to. That's real professional. Real professional.
No.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
We have Geek Things.
You mad, bro?
Yes. He started a new channel. Check it out. He does Meatwad and Kermit Plays. Definitely check it out. It's really hysterical. And then we have Adam.
What's up, people? This is Mr. Stitch here from Little Stitch. I'm playing. What's up, guys?
It's RVD Power. And of course we have JC, who I haven't talked to in a while, and he's back. Better than ever.
Ladies, bow before the knuckle prince.
I don't know what that means, but we're going to go right into our topic, and that is graphics. And I'm going to let Blue Neon Pinky start us off.
Now, thing is with graphics is they don't make the game. I mean, sure, you don't have a game without them, but they're definitely the least most important. They're the least important part of a game. First of all, if you think it's the most important, you're probably the most mental person on this earth, because if you think graphics are the most important thing, you might as well just go watch a movie in theaters, because if that's all you care about, then just go watch a movie, and you don't care about the gameplay or the story or anything, because that's what makes the game right there, is the gameplay and the story. If you only care about graphics, then go watch a movie or just make a movie, because that's what you're going to be dealing with the rest of your life. And I'm getting killed by a psycho here. It's really annoying.
Oh yeah, well, Borderlands 2, which on top of it is not just about graphics. You can talk about aesthetics, environment.
Now, I do want to say one thing here, though. Graphics, I mean, yeah, don't worry. I'm not that kind of person that just relies on graphics. I would appreciate them if they look nice, and that's good. I mean, I'm going to point out one game is Hitman Absolution. It looks beautiful, story's going to be great, and everything, and graphics just look beautiful to me, and don't worry, I'm not that heavy person on graphics. I'm glad the story's going to be great, and that's what I want to say about that, you know?
I feel that the graphics kind of degraded on from Hitman Blood Money to the new one. But I feel like they made it more, I don't want to say cartoony, but simplified. It's not as, because Blood Money was pretty detailed. I think it was pretty detailed. And this one, it's more, everything's kind of smoothed out and everything. I don't know, that's just my opinion on the game. I don't know if anyone else has seen anything on it besides Adam.
It's fine. Don't worry. I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh. I mean, I will say, though, in my opinion, the graphics look great. But, of course, I'm not focused on the graphics. I'm more focused about how the gameplay is going to be, and it's going to be great.
Exactly. That's all what it's about. So,
I personally, about graphics is, I don't care as long as I'm having fun with the game. I still play NES, and the game systems I have in my room right now are NES, PS3, N64, Wii, PS2, PS1, and a GameCube. And I play all of them, every day, because I love all types of systems. I love all types of games. You know, first-person shooters are rare for me, but Borderlands 2, that's a great game. And game doesn't look... the thing I want to notice is, Borderlands 2 doesn't look as good as Borderlands 1. Well, it doesn't look much better than the first one. But I think it has some nice details, like thicker black lining and stuff like that. That makes it look nicer. But it's not needed, and the game pretty much runs the same. Say you're on a PC and you can run Borderlands 2 fine, Borderlands 1 fine, and people don't have to worry about running Borderlands 2 since they didn't want to kill people's PCs by making them oh, we're gonna max it out.
Yeah, they
concentrated completely on the content of the game and what you can do in the game, which is what the gaming means. You need to have something to do in the game.
Yeah, it's a topic of. Like Blizzard does. They did with WoW. They didn't wow anybody with the game, but the content they did. And I think that, like you said, that is the most important thing. It's like filming. You're gonna have the best camera gear and stuff, but if you don't know what you're shooting, it's not gonna be good content. It's all about the content. I don't know, Geek Things. I know you're a big fan of. What do you? You're a big fan of console games. I know, newer ones, right? What games have you been playing lately?
Well, I like to... Lately, I haven't really been playing a whole lot. I've been kind of busy, but I always go back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 here and there. I was playing...
Jesse, hold yourself.
I was playing...
I'll grab the rope and duct tape.
Trials Evolution. I like that game. That's
a good game.
That has very good graphics.
JC,
Yeah,
get the
by the
chair
way.
also.
I mean, the
Um,
bottom line, if we say anything, is just graphics don't mean anything. I think, but do they? Can
They
they
help.
add something? Can they?
They
do they
definitely
really
help.
add something? Because
I don't know.
when I play games, I like immersion. I like thinking, forgetting that I'm in my room at like 3 a.m. playing. You know, and if I play Mario, I might forget that with gameplay, but with graphics, like I play BioShock or Fallout 3, I get sucked in, and I forget that who I am, and that's why I game, to forget my life. Isn't that depressing?
Yeah, I think graphics help you. I think graphics can help you immerse if
Don't play
the
don't play to the
help
moon if
out.
you want to get away from your depressing life.
Thank you.
Don't play it. Well, I really recommend it. That game is a perfect example of a game that is focused completely on story and not about how it looks.
Can you explain to everybody what type of game and gameplay it is who haven't
The
played
game is basically a point-and-click adventure, but you can move with the arrow keys and you can examine items with spacebar and enter. And the story focuses on 2 doctors from this industry who concentrate on going into people's dreams and that are about to be deceased and making their final wishes come true. And basically, Inception.
That's my Inception to horn.
And basically, you meet this old man named John who his last wish is to go to the moon, but he doesn't really know why. So you start traveling through his memories to figure out why he wants to go to the moon specifically. And it is a really emotional story, and it touches your heart in so many ways. Like,
Why wouldn't you want to go to the moon? I don't understand.
Now,
I don't know. They should just say to him, like, okay, and he goes to the moon.
No, there's a really deep reason why. I mean, once you play the game, you'll understand why I love it. So it's probably my favorite indie game to date. It's a beautiful story. It deserves to be recognized more.
Awesome.
I'm definitely going to get it when my gaming PC is made, when I make it.
Any computer can run it, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to have a big
I
gaming
am on a
PC
Mac.
to play
You
it.
remember?
Yeah.
Everyone laugh.
Mac baby, woohoo!
Now, I kind of
Do
do
it.
want to say
Now
this to this. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry for bringing up Hitman. Really, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry for being obsessed with it. But I just want to point this out because I did hear it in the interviews with the IO Interactive. Now, Josh, I just want to ask you, what do you feel like about this now? How they said this? Because they did mention this in an interview. They really pushed everything to the game to make it great. They focused on everything, and they said they really pushed everything to the limit. They really wanted to make it so it's the best Hitman game a person can experience. So, what do you have to say about that, if I can ask?
Well, we're mainly talking about graphics, but I'm going to say
I know
what I've seen. Like, they had developer diaries. I do like how they're using it. A lot more. Like Hitman Blood Money, you can only pick up certain things, and like it would repeat itself. You'd walk into, say, the first map, and you'd see like a knife on the table. It's like, okay, I can pick that up. But by the time you got to the last level, it's like you already know all the items already. It's just like a copy and paste. But there's no one. It seems the aesthetics. We're going back into graphics versus aesthetics. It's almost like everything blends into each other, but yet you can pick up everything now. So they pushed it to the limit. And I think graphics really do that, because if you say, like, you play something like a new Super Mario Brothers on your 3DS and everything, it's ultimately just the same game. The environments might be a little different, or whatever. Mario turns gold, whatever. But like, I like when a game really just push boundaries and push its limits. I don't feel like Nintendo has really been doing that.
But they don't care.
They do
They concentrate on the gameplay and story of their games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
Not on a Mario game.
Well, not a Mario game, but like Zelda games or something like that. They concentrate on working with the. They don't work. They work with the hardware. They don't work with the best. They work with their current hardware.
I do want to say what I like about the Hitman, though, is at least they do know, and Josh,
Hitman podcast.
I'm sorry, but I just want to say I'm glad there's a lot of, I'm just saying I'm glad there's a lot of replay value. Basically, I'm sorry for making it sound like this is a Hitman podcast, but I just want to say I'm happy for it to be a lot of replayability. That's what I love about the series. I'm sorry, but go on, guys.
No, replayability is important in video games, but this is. Maybe if we run out of ideas for graphics, we'll go into that side topic, because that seems like a good topic we can go into.
Well,
all right, thank you.
Has anyone played BioShock?
I have not.
BioShock's really good.
I have
I've
a
never
little
played
rant
it.
about myself with BioShock back then when it first started, but I guess that'll be another
Hold
podcast
on.
maybe to
I
rant.
know what you were talking about, but I have to say, like, if you played Bioshock, I mean, the graphics were great. They were just, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just so immersive. And I prefer graphics, honestly. I grew up with a PlayStation, so Sony, everything over the years gets better and better in terms of graphics. Only recently it has, with the PS3, Sony has gone into more unique experience with indie games like Journey, Flower, Flow, and bringing out the artistic side instead of getting ultra detailed and like going down like a Crisis route. Because like I played Crisis 1, I got bored of it. I played Far Cry games. I get bored. There's like no direction. Yet, yeah, I'm in a beautiful jungle, but I'm bored to death. I don't know if anyone feels the same.
Like,
with
exactly. Graphics aren't everything. They're probably the least important aspect of a video
Well,
game because you need
but-
something to do.
No, like
Can I
there's
say
no
something?
direction. JC, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I actually agree with you guys that graphics isn't much of an important thing. Well, let me refer to Pokemon, for example, because, I mean like the DS games right now. As far as I know, with Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, the only thing that's actually changing in the story, they're not changing the graphics, which is good because what's there to change? It's not big of a deal. All it is that the story takes place 2 years after the events of Black or White, depending on which one you played. And I like that because I mean, sure, once you complete the game, it gets kind of boring. But once the sequel comes out, there's going to be a lot more sequels. It's not because of the graphics; it's because there's going to be a lot more playability to it. And also, there was one thing I actually liked that was in Pokemon Platinum that Black and White doesn't have. It's what's called the Pokétch. And yes, the graphics, the game was made in 2009. The graphics were meh at the time. But the reason why I still have my copy of Pokemon Platinum is because the Pokétch just was like my little like Android device or something. Had like a calculator, had a timer, it had like a little drawing pad. It had almost like everything I needed really. You even had a Pokemon type calculator to figure out which is strong or which is weak, etc. So yeah, there's some games that even though they are kind of old, they actually are beneficial.
Yeah, graphics with nostalgia. I mean, I played. Go back to Crash Bandicoot, and like that game still looks amazing. Like all of them. Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think.
Now, with Sony.
I think-
I
Oh,
hate
hold on.
to-
Let me get one more
Yeah.
thought out because you're gonna like this. I think Bioshock, not Bioshock, Borderlands 1 and 2 is gonna age extremely well, like Crash Bandicoot did, and
It is.
I think it's gonna because the game is gorgeous. It's not about graphics because it's honestly not that detailed, but it's so just gorgeous
Have
looking.
you seen
like,
the sky in Borderlands 2? I mean, it's
Yes,
beautiful.
I have.
The northern lights are on every night. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful
Is there a
sight.
day and night cycle?
Yes, there is.
Oh, I have to
Now-
get this game.
Now, I know-
in both games there are.
Now, I do want to say this. I mean, I know Borderlands 2 just came out, which I haven't played yet, but I will tell you about the first one. I've played it at a friend's house. I'm not going to lie, it's a great game, and yeah, great. I mean, and Jesse, I know what you mean about how much the game is really exciting, and don't worry about the graphics, but I do want to say a low point just to figure it. I know it's not to do with the topic of graphics, but I just want to say about challenge-wise now. Now, I will admit, Borderlands is pretty challenging, and I got to say, that's what I like in some games, too. I like to have a challenge, you know?
And Borderlands 2 is way more challenging.
Are you okay?
I've heard a lot.
I died by 2 level 4s when I was level 9.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, that's a
yeah.
good game.
Yeah, that's a hard
Damn.
game. It's a hard game.
And I have nothing to really add on graphics then. Like, oh, another thing in graphics that really sucked. I like the Killzone series. I like Killzone 1. 2 was decent. 3 was bad in terms of story. I'm talking story-wise. Now, if you play Killzone, like, they're
I like
gorgeous
3.
games. I loved the atmospheres. I love the character. I love the look of the characters. I mean, it's detailed. The story sucks. It really does. I mean, it's
Boo.
future.
I say boo to you.
It's futuristic Nazis.
It does suck. It does
And-
suck.
It should be
Ugh.
better. It should be better.
I thought
mean,
it was
like-
pretty good.
Futuristic Nazis.
Calm it down.
Oh my god, three was the story was terrible.
You didn't like the Joker? You didn't like the Joker in 3? That guy was basically, he looked like, from Arkham City. Arkham Asylum. He looked like the Joker. I liked it.
Oh, you're talking about
main villain in that game.
Yeah, he was cool, but the writing was
good.
terrible. It was Michael McDowell, who's a great actor, and he's actually on season 4 of Community. I like him a lot. I'm forgetting what else. He was in Clockwork Orange. You know, he was the main villain, the main guy there, drinking the milk and all that. And just like, oh man.
Any words on you guys thinking if Killzone was actually a third person? Would you like it?
If it was a third person game?
Third person. I think games should have the option between first person and third person, because I love third person. In Skyrim, I prefer third person. Completely.
Yeah, what do you call it? Battlefront did. Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront. It had those. And
it had the option. That's cool.
It did. The PC version did. But it was really fun because you can go to first person, be immersed, and then like for the big scoping landscape, you go third person. But when you played it on the console version, you had to press start. You have to go into options. You had to go into this. And it wasn't convenient like it was on a keyboard with more buttons, and it was kind of sad like that.
One game I did love that was third person. I remember my first time playing a third person game like that had action. Like I'm talking about action wise now. Now we know back then there was like these cool games that had fun, but I want to talk about my first time ever having fun with a third-person action game, and that was 007 Everything or Nothing. That was really fun to experience the first time 007 being in third person, and in my opinion, that was probably the best James Bond game, and probably still is my favorite James Bond game to this day. I mean, the other James Bond games, I haven't really played much to try to give it an honest opinion, but I felt like there was more fun gadgets and everything about Everything or Nothing. So I don't know if you guys have played it, but I love that one.
And do we have any other topics to move on to, or maybe GC has something to say?
No, I don't think I've ever played any of the James Bond games. Sadly,
there was a bunch of them. I played one on the PS2 and it was fun. It was a first person though. It was.
Okay. I might as well get back to I might as well try GoldenEye later whenever I get a chance.
No, the GoldenEye remake.
No.
The Wii one was decent. I played it a lot.
No, I mean, I have the N64 emulator. ROM game for it.
Yeah, I love that game. That game's so much fun. And that game, it's not just nostalgia. It's just a fun game to play with friends. It really is. It's just fun. Simple as that. It doesn't need to look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing with GoldenEye is that let's see here, the Wii remake, it was fun. It was really fun. The online play was flawless. Like for a Wii, it was really, the internet online play was always seamless. You never experienced any lag whatsoever. It was perfect. And I got it all the way to, I level capped my character on, and it was just a really fun game to play. And I feel like the remakes that they did for PS3 and 360, or PS360 as I might say, they're not necessarily good. They're terrible actually. They're just it's basically Call of Duty but with GoldenEye maps. That's pretty much what it is. The gameplay
wasn't as good.
It's terrible. It was terrible.
Wait, what are you guys talking about?
GoldenEye 007 remakes. Now, 007 Legends, it looks decent. I've seen reviews of it, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's good. I'm definitely. We are so tired on this podcast. Sorry, guys. I have nothing else to add. We can move on to gameplay. I don't like games that copy gameplay from other games. You look at games like after Resident Evil, we had like every game is over the shoulder gunplay, and it's like, yeah, that's a good thing. But then after a while, we got like Uncharted and Gears of War, and now like every game is the same mechanics. And you guys really don't know this game, but it's coming out in May 2013. It's called Remember Me, and it plays just like Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City with the combat system, but it has some different tweakings. And just, man, it looks amazing. The graphics are amazing, but I just feel like it's a copy and paste.
One thing I do want to say about Resident Evil 6, though, I mean, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, and I probably will get it. We'll see. But the thing with it is, I really hope maybe it's gonna be kind of, I don't know if it's gonna be like part Resident Evil 4. But the thing is, I liked how Resident Evil 4 didn't give you ammo like 24/7 because if you know Josh, and all you guys, have you ever felt like Resident Evil 4 was pretty much maybe the last survival horror Resident Evil game? Because in my opinion, I felt like I had to go easy on my ammo in Resident Evil 4, especially when it came to some bosses.
Yeah. I played Resident Evil 6 demo. On my channel, if anyone wants to watch, I did a Let's Play of the demo for Leon. And I had a great time, and I gave it a thumbs up. I said, this game's going to be great. I'm loving it. I'm playing it. Now, after that, there's other campaigns. You play as Chris Redfield, and you can play as one of the new characters. I forget his name. He's part of the Wesker family, though. I hope it's not spoiling anything.
Wesker's son.
Yeah, something like that. And he actually looks like Eminem. And he does.
LOL.
It's funny. Google him. And I played them, and it was nothing like Resident Evil. Honestly, they even changed the sounds when you pick up health items and ammo, and that upset me. The sound effects is a major part of memory. It's the strongest memory sensor. And I played Chris's, and it was like playing Gears of War. There was a giant creature. I was taking cover behind crates and stuff, and just like he was bashing buildings down, and it really wasn't a Call of Duty. I mean, it wasn't a Resident Evil, and I'm really upset. But Leon's campaign, that was scary.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention something about Leon's campaign now. Now, see, this might be sounding nuts. Now, I probably will get Resident Evil, but maybe not day one. Maybe when it is still 60, because I still am like that to get Resident Evil. But this may sound crazy, but I might just play Leon's campaign and that's it. But we'll see about the other ones if it surprises me. If I get bored, maybe I'll do the other ones. But the main purpose of the game is me just focusing Leon's campaign. Cut it short there, but let's hope it's enjoyable.
Yeah, I really hope so. I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I'm not buying it day one. I'm going to buy it when it's a complete edition with all the DLC, because just if I only liked one out of all the campaigns, I'm not going to pay for more DLC. So I might as well full price $60 for every DLC on the disc. I mean, what
about you guys? Let me ask you this now, Josh. What about you on your recommendation? I know we don't have Jordan here to give us this, but let me ask you now. What about this? Do you think they should have maybe had different games of their campaigns? Like, for example, let's say people want to buy Leon's campaign. Okay, they could buy that, or Chris's, or the new one. Like maybe for people to have different options, and it would have still been a long game, instead of putting it all together,
Some people would say yes, and people say no. My opinion is I would have rather have done that, where I can just do Leon's campaign. But I know that would, and honestly, they would probably, everything will be overcharged, instead of getting a disc game. It's going to be too expensive to get, because I know Captain's price on is a problem.
Yes! It's live. You know what?
I hear things.
I'm hearing some kind of animal growling.
We're gonna have
Maybe
to.
we should mute.
We're just gonna have to end this podcast here. I've had too many interruptions. I can't. I've had two now. So.
Hey, guys, can I end the podcast this time? I don't know if I could, but I want to give it a try.
I wouldn't have said that.
Can I end the podcast? All right. I'm RVD Power from my random videos I like to put up. We had Josh here from Killjoy Videos. Say bye, Josh.
Hey, Adams. Goodbye, everybody.
JC, we had him here. Check out his channel. JC, say hello. Say bye. We have had Geek Things here. Thanks for joining us. Geek Things, say bye.
Graphics rule, baby.
Gameplay and graphics rule, babe.
Graphics.
And we had Jesse here, Blue on Neon Pinky.
And she's a little indisposed at the moment.
Later, guys.
His pinky's blue.
Pinky's
with the neon around it.